Fresh twist adds up to the old subplot. And the grass suffers. The main actors to take their turns on pressing issues. Dissect every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your...
The eyes have it.
An emergency call can save lives. In times of trouble, peace, or neighborhood, what do? In case of warning. So, in case of an accident, reach out to the appropriate personnel by 12 or 7 exact location, give your name and follow you're told to. And very importantly, it goes safer for everyone. Remember the number. Remember Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound.
Gapu, you know you don't even have to hurry to protect. Yes, we understand that the pay is not good enough. We feel your pain and we wish things could be different as across the various police stations nationwide.
Let me say or if you like, has all the trappings concerned either in one state, take responsible steps to meander the icebergs and oxbolics. The ship of the Nigerian state just now has all the capacities, pestilential aqua of a terminus aquam. Let me say that my critical history and historiography.
Thank you very much. That was the memory lane. Just so that that was not the former minister actually talking about Right Honorable Rotimi State. Would have to ask certain questions, staff to the Edo State as a builder, the vice president, where exactly we're coming from, and because on the 18th of September, that's in a few days' time, the start back to office 25. We're going to look at a lot of issues as we come, that declaration. In between that period, the three went to the major opposition party, or let me put it in a larger, a democratically late. And so we'll have this conversation length. And today, I have two guests. The chief press secretary appointed as the commissioner for housing. Yes, on the 5th of June 2015, he was sworn in. He was also the commissioner for information under former governor Sɪᴛᴜᴏ as the commissioner for housing. So he understands Governor Sim Fubara will be returning to office this week on the 18th. Entire House of Assembly members from the Speaker to the Deputy to the people of Rivers State, for the people of Rivers State, from one court issue to the other. Suspended governor, it was declared null and void by Ibas. The attack on the House of Assembly that he was attacked, he was shot as governor, and the FCT minister had also been given about Governor Fubara, and is a final result. But now, when that government and only one, the 3 local government went to the APC, the other 3 he literally just let organized at the chapel of River Ibas retired, address ability and normalcy and to restore has been done, and he says his job is done. So in today is this: what is left of River State and what that is ready to come back and deliver an address, and the entire House of Assembly remains so Ibok ete Hibas. 6 months out.
Much for this essence, as far as we are concerned, there is no democracy, nothing extraordinary in Nigeria, but they and stamp the Constitution Assembly a non-indigenous administrator. After 6 months, we are left empty. We are resources that were already kept for Pro B. Is it in terms of the allocations? Where are the projects? Which is still a fact, right, as it were. So the administrator, or indeed any aspect of our democracy, there's no democracy in Nigeria, because he's insisting that he overreached. Anomaly, like it looks like
State
of River State, another set of people, office and sole administrator, of state executive council, members of both of them away. Treaties didn't come to set right from Abuja. 20 years behind to have been achieved. We constituted that called reconciliation, River State, or more. But sadly, I'm a lawyer, but I'm saying our Democrats work with you. So, in the powers of the press, as we speak, as it is not as if it's anything new and all. Keep and keep. People are uncomfortable. You don't know after you, as it were. So that's his position as governor. But reversible clean the effect of all this, starting from that's what we see here.
I mean, you served at different capacities in Commissioner for Information, Governor, that's Barrister. And always been issues between different took the maze and hit another person. And, you know, I think not just one of those people in Rivers, you are part of the people in Rivers. Of these have been avoided before it got to that point where the state of emergency was.
The only problem is that we see people breaking, they are helping people rig elections and all that. Afterwards, and now these are part of the problems with our nation. Conduct will be very, very that there has been fairness. But what brings about this retinue visited malpractices is the highest bidder. So what expect that the hospitals will function, packaging the school certificate exams who are from the top, mess up the nation. Trustees they commit against every human being. Every human being, let me hear, Yᴏᴜᴜᴜ makes one individual or a group, the rule of law is weak. Starting from behaving the same way, number one is behaving law. Even elected officials. A normal country is clapping their hands, President. So I know Mr. President and everybody else who will answer the question. Those who will answer the question, just do things right. If we do things right, have the wherewithal, we have the but at the global problem. So optimism is as it were, from Nepal. That's unless God designs a special path.
And I know how, I mean, probably that's a reference to everyone. And I'm also, you know, going through it right now, declaring it as unconstitutional and a violation of democratic norms and demanding, claiming it lacked legitimacy from the onset. He said that the job the president gave him to do was to restore sanity, prevent breakdown of because let me flip it a bit. Where political issues in there, emergency declared during his administration. You know, I think one of that, okay, there are clear breakdown of law and order administrator. It was under sanity admin.
He has done his job. Yes, he has done his job. And unchallengeable from the hands of the governor and place it, not a local government elections, with or without the prescribed notices. He's also controlling another political party and yes, we're removed from office, and in their stead, instant, casting doubt as to who. So he didn't achieve any lasting peace by halting all 64 that people will begin to ask questions. But as an ordinary man walking on the streets of Port Harcourt, I know, you will see him go to inspect projects. As an administrator, you see him flag off any. Agriculture was in limbo on our roads. So,
and the House of Assembly. But so there's two of the 23 local governments, the only one going to act it, and 20 of the local governments went to still remains a member of the PDP. Right. Assembly, the party that there are other forces controlling Rivers. What I mean is this: when they come back, we don't know where is this another drama that the Rivers people should be prepared for, or
they have been dramatic. Let me say that there was no election that took place. Appointments were made. People who yesterday, last night, were members of PDP. A big problem, not a big issue in Nigeria, because election. All state governors at the local government elect. The people who chosen of it. Yeah.
Okay. Saying it on Sunday that all power belongs to God, no matter how highly placed you get back. What governor would Honorable Joe Johnson, the former commissioner for information of Rivers, is what these people are fighting for. And he kept saying, governor was always talking, saying that he would rather die a martyr than surrender the legitimacy of the people would get when he comes back into office.
So surely made pronouncements, although by the way, a substantive case was still pending at the Federal High Court. But since the Supreme Court had made some comments about them, so that case died back. Don't forget that the House of Assembly, don't forget that drink water and he drinks water.
It can be removed.
But I believe I'm a very positive in their lives. Let contractors return to site. Let projects begin to spring up. Let employment and engagement of our youths begin to happen or wrongly. And again, this is not to say that anyone would wish the FCT minister and this is. The governor of Rivers State was brought by the FCT minister. But we know how these things work in Nigeria. And the people allowed him. He's okay, take it if that's a prerogative we are giving to you and all of that. So we'll be able to know that. But I don't think there will be no that they will impeach him without even looking at by the court to have lost their seat. And the FCT minister who went to be doing
the FCT minister.
Yes. In fact, if you divide the members of House of Assembly who are on the side, of course, they are. Each fraction will still be able to beat the non-engaging.
Okay, governor of Akwa Ibom State had also left the PDP to the AP. A more logical political journey to push up. I think it could still salvage some.
Morality has no bearing anymore where his head will be saved first. Because no matter to office in both PDP and APC were to form a new party, if they propose an APC option because the votes do not count, in impunity, being emboldened, not for the National Assembly clap their hand. Like I said, the results have been written ahead.
Over time, in the course of the last few months, no democracy in Nigeria. What would you think? Nothing
will change. Go wrong. Nothing will change to office. I don't know how optimistic you are, but I'm not. It's not that it cannot be done. It's that there is no foundation. The structures are not there. Right, your end result may need mission. Period. Not you can in fact you are paralyzed. A country of less than 5 years. Look at South Africa. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. We change unless I say people.
3FM. It is the situation, politics, policies of government on these said days. Today, my guest has been Honorable Emmanuel Oka, served as the Chief Press Secretary under former Governor Dili. He was also former Commissioner for Information during the party campaign organization. And after the PDP took over in 2015, he was appointed as the challenges of constitutionality, state of emergency, and lessons learned. We started out with how we got in, which is expected that Governor September. That's a few days' time. So, especially as all of the opposition parties, even the ruling state of emergency. But 6 months when it was announced, I asked him if he's speaking as a realist. My guest said the governor should take it because his governor is still a card-carrying member of the People's Democratic Party, and the House of Assembly, based on the EB, for him to preside over a local government that 80% of it belongs to the APC, and the House of Assembly that from the Speaker, the principal officers, and blockers in the states. I've also picked one or two things from, because my guest said that the outgoing sole administrator actually met 260 administrator, and if you calculate the allocation that is accounts at some points, because even the PDP is out of Rivers State. But the next couple of days of Rivers, we'll keep our fingers crossed. But trust us on Mainland 98.3 FM. We would all the phone lines now. I don't know if you have a little more time to stay with us so much. Well, and let me allow you to join us 0913600041. The politics that could play on after this one. 0913600041. Just search for us on YouTube and drop your comment in the direct calls. Let me pick your calls right now. Hello, good afternoon.
Okay, good evening. Fighting has been fighting. Why didn't you just join the APC Abinition? I'm Fubara. I will maintain my integrity. You see?
Okay, the former administrator, okay?
Yes. We now, your door to run. Now, you are seeing how you can get it. And you know, I've always been saying the best of us in this country, saying how he's going to consolidate on 20. One, write it down. God will lead.
My guest is still. Okay. Hello, good evening. You're welcome, Mr. Peter.
That Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴏ Machiavelli, who said that it was declared in Rivers State was declaration, and 6 months after the declaration, as far as political stability as it were. And one of them, unfortunately, dead. That late any Thursday, 18th of September 2025. I want him to do 2 things. For his name to be well stated in the annals of history and written in gold. A good boss as it were.
Okay, let me ask you, Mr. Sifo. Mr. Sifo, let me ask.
Yes, you see, we don't have.
You didn't answer the question I wanted you to answer. But maybe it's a conversation.
Okay. Hello.
Can you?
Is there any Democrat in Nigeria?
We vote every 4 years.
God bless Nigeria.
And God bless you too. Thank you very much for listening to everything that we're saying. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
You're welcome.
We have so many cycles. What's more money? How can you get paid? This country is
09136000410.
Hello, good evening, sir. Mr. Tᴏɪᴛᴛ, good evening.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. In the issue at hand now at the River State, my own statement is there. Right his name on board. Don't want him to be here again. Just let him resign. I understand. That's my own thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 0410. Hello, good evening.
Hello. I hope that you are in the short. The administration enters 2030 for weekends. So, Fubara have no option, but nobody wants Nigeria. And what is the lament is sent to all those senators out of if our election eventually see the light of the day as well the free and fair election, if Fubara remain in trouble, majority of them will say, okay, we will not see them again. If it's not carried away and our election can't anyway, and everybody maintain it according to your statement of me. Sure.
Read some of the messages that we have with us. If you're tuning in for the very first time, you're welcome to the Situation Room, live from Milan 98.3 FM. Hello, good evening.
How are you?
I'm very good.
You're getting us so well. But one thing I agree and disagree with him is how long court would decide to appoint if people disagree and they went to court. So why you come a judge leader for us? It is we. But same thing. Because politicians, they are all the same. Honestly, go and tell me the difference where the APC is ruling. Nobody tell me where it change. It is you and I who are not politicians that can make
foreign. But I also want to go back to my guest. Honorable Walker, are you still with me? A lot of them are saying the governor should just come back and resign.
I have said it earlier that in normal standing, but in Nigeria, to resign, does he need to even start the Fubara did not say he wanted to be governor of responsibility. And we all power or whatever. He wasn't. Well, he doesn't belong to that top. He doesn't. So he joined them. All the institutional nature of one arm of government over the other. Unless otherwise he just wants to contest election under another political party in 2027. Expect that when the governor and the respected the National Assembly, the senior president said, no, sir, it is. But everybody kept quiet and blew muted. Who is he fighting with? So and that's why I said it is. And then to the person who said we are submitting matters to court, I said that the and due process. My practices in fact, they plot 4 years ahead of time. They plot 4 years ahead of time. Do you know when to press the button? Do you know when to disenfranchise somebody? Do you know when to cause a glitch? They know. The politicians that create the problems. People are taking, they take you. And every Nigerian now has a prize. Have a prize. So, maybe the police, the Air Force, the civil defense, the SSS are all at the beck and call of the Commander-in-Chief. Commander-in-Chief, what happens now, you're wasting your time to know what.
Let me hold your thoughts. Now that this Mahmoud Yakubu would end in about 2 months' time, the conversation has started. And the whole idea of, the Southwest have never produced an INEC chairman, or you decide to retain Professor Mahmoud Yakubu is also on one side. But because, like me, if you watch football, and I want to play Manchester United as a Chelsea fan, and these are the issues that a lot of people are called into question. How vital do you think the church kept asking the people that if you want INEC electoral issues resolved, returning officers, why don't we allow the professors to come together amongst themselves and ahead of the election?
The 2027 politics has taken center stage the ones before. You won't change them. Adherence to rule of law and the rest option and all that. Will any Nigerian imagine that such a thing is possible in Nigeria? How? It's not going to be. Now, chairman, and you are going to run that election. Will you appoint somebody who will make it fail? You will not. Nobody will do that. I will not. If you are INEC and you conduct an election, you must be accountable to the people of Nigeria. And if they find you want to, you go to talk of conducting an election. What are the tribunals, election petition tribunals, who appoint those judges? Do cases in 2027 have all been lined up. They've all been lined up. Everybody is to play the card. If it's time for that, you play the card. We understand how these things work. So people are stealing money, Nigerians, and those who should punish them are looking the other way. How can you have a good nation? How can you build a nation like this? How can you be postponed of Yoruba, allow the Yoruba man to finish? When he finishes, the south, the northwest, northeast will take over, this and that. We have completely is who will rule. And what is even this ethnic group, enrichment of religious sections, and all of that. That is all. So, when Buhari was doing the same thing that President Tinubu is doing today, all appointments, also, I will not demonize Tinubu because, they are wobbling.
Thank you. I know how busy, Obiakpo, LMA, all those places, they are getting democracies back. Or
yeah, I guess it will. So they are more interested the psyche of the people by a non-reverse person. In the civilian unity, is it the loss of their resources? Nothing was reconciled. So what is the governor coming to do? Let us ask the question. Not him and insulting him and calling him names. Fortunate. But that's where we are.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Rivers State, thank you very much for being my guest on the show today. And I also remain optimist. I've been to Port Harcourt twice. And the next, of course, was when I came to cover the election of former governor. Sit down and have a one-on-one with you. Thank you very much. From 4 p.m. to 5:25 Thursday, we should make it exactly 6 months that Governor Fubara, his deputy, the House of Assembly have got suspended after the president declared a state of emergency in the state. And my guest today has been served in about 3 different administrations of Celestine Omeha, Peter Odili, and former Governor Sᴛᴜᴛ. So, he took us through everything with respect to the return of the governor, and I asked him straight up if that is where his head will be safe. Because if you look at the State of Progressive Congress, is still a card-carrying member of the People's Democratic Party. So how easy would it be when you have the House of Assembly and the local government playing the opposition to resume and resign so that it would be honorable for him? A big thing I wanted to be governor, that he was forced to be governor. I mean, and that's coming from a former commissioner, a commissioner that served in the same cause anymore. But let me respond to loads of messages that we have here. This one says, good evening. All the drama surrounding the suspect in a state that was peaceful. Why did the Supreme Court refuse to legality ongoing right now? The international communities are what Agbado says to curb. What was the cause of the blast that resulted in the removal of begging for answers from Tinubu? He has acted illegally in the Rivers affairs. Okay. Buni from Alimosho. Okay, Kayode from Ikotin is talking to us. And it says, they can and take over the fight with the belts on the fighters. As at the time the emergency was declared, there was no governance due to the fact that the governor was to himself. That's Kayode from Ikotin. Okay. But the truth is this. Same question asked Peter Osif, okay? Conducted under these of your messages. I can't pick your calls. Maybe we could have a reason to have a news by 5:30, and by 6 I would also still come back here to take you through the groups in Tokyo. We'll talk about all of that and more by 6 o'clock. My name is Oᴏᴜᴜ Akene. Thank you so much, Honorable Imaoka, the former commissioner for information.